Hi, welcome back to the VWD Challenge 2020. As promised, I'd go out today and do some outside videoing, which I've done. I'm going to edit it in after a few seconds of talking. Have to be honest, wasn't very good. It was my first time out wearing the challenge bag. It felt really strange. I was walking around and people were looking at me because I had my bag with YouTuber on it and all my badges on there, and so I'm just starting to get used to this. And it's I've got to take my hat off to all you vloggers that do this, because I don't know how you do it, walking around with a camera with everyone looking at you. So very quickly, I went to a place called Tower Park. I had a quick look around, and one of the things I realised was it's hard to go out being a dad of an autistic child and not actually think about your child when you're out. And I went into a bowling complex and I realised how noisy it was in that bowling complex. I asked the man behind the bar, can you turn the music down? Do you cater for children that don't like the noise? And he says, no, but we have bumpers on our lanes. Which is what the challenge is about. It's about raising awareness and people's awareness for autistic children. He obviously had no idea what autism was. People who either aren't affected by autism, or don't have a child with autism, or don't have a friend of a friend with a child with autism, they won't know what it is. I just know that when you see the video, you'll see hopefully how loud it was and how bright, and the colours, and how overstimulating it can be for an autistic child. So I'm just going to very quickly tune out, and then I'm going to come back again after I've done this, and then just tell you about one of the patches that arrived this week on for the challenge bag. So I'll see you after you've seen this clip. I apologise, it's a bit shaky, it's a bit rough, but it's my first ever going outside. A little bit of vlogging. One of the things I realised I need to do is plan ahead, which I didn't do for today. So next week I'm going to plan ahead and actually have a proper plan when I go out on what I want to do. Like I said, I'm learning this vlogging. You'll also be able to see now on my channel, I have thumbnails on my YouTube. So when you see the channels, you'll see a little thumbnail with titles. I'm learning all this new technology for the first time, so it's now progressed because I can now put thumbnails on my videos. So I'm hoping a few more people will tune in. I'll let you see the videos I've done, and then I'll come back afterwards and I'll talk to you about the new patch that's arrived. So it's my first ever outside vlog. It's absolutely freezing cold, and I'm getting lots of really weird looks from people. It's the first time I've been out doing it, so it's just something I've got to get used to, in all fairness. I'm at Tower Park in Poole, Bournemouth, south coast of England. I spend a lot of time up here, so I feel quite comfortable, so it's probably a good place to start. And I'll show you around a few of the places that I'm going to look around today. That's all I can really say for now, to be honest with you. So I've just come out the bowling complex, and the one thing I did notice was the noise in there was so loud. Personally, I think my child, who's autistic, would not like that. Sorry about the noise, it's just above my head. My child would not like that bowling alley. The lights would be an issue for him, and the extreme noise pumping through the speakers even on the way up the stairs is not good at all. He really wouldn't like that. This is what the VWD Challenge 2020 is all about. It's about going places and seeing what's suitable for your child. I know my child really wouldn't like that at all. He'd really be freaked out by the noises. From the second I walked in there to the lights, he would have been stressed out, and he'd want to get straight out. So well, keep that one in mind. The one thing I've noticed about vlogging, walking and talking, is it's quite hard to do. Hopefully I'll get more practice in the next couple of weeks, and my vlogs will get better. I'm going to piece all this together when I get in, give you a little chat when I get home, and we see how it goes from there, okay? So welcome back after that brief tour out. As I said, wasn't very good. It was just my first trip out. It was really scary because it was the first time I've worn the bag, first time I've used camera equipment outside. People were looking at you because you've got YouTube written all over your bag, so it was really scary. So I promise you, the lesson I've learned from today is, one, I need to buy myself a dead cat which goes on top of my camera to stop all the noise, and I need to plan ahead. So next week's video, I'm going to plan ahead. I'm going to talk about the camera equipment that I'm using for the challenge next week. One of the things I'd also like to show you is the what I'm going to be talking about now very quickly, which is, don't know whether you can see it, Give Blood. I've had it made in colours, really cool colours, and I think I've made it in colours because I want it to stand out. So many people are so scared to give blood, but blood saved my life. Basically 13 years ago I was rushed into hospital. I had a pulmonary edema, which is fluid on my lungs, and I was being really sick quite a lot. That ripped all my throat and it caused me internal bleeding. I was in A&E for about 6 or 7 hours and no one had realised that I was internal bleeding. Basically I lost quite a few pints of blood and no one had realised until I was, should we say, very poorly in A&E. I won't go into too much graphic detail, but lots of the red stuff came up, and basically I was rushed into a resus room where I was defibrillated. Yes, my heart stopped, where I basically passed out from being unconscious. A&E was busy, as it always is, and there was lots of sick patients, but I'm one of those guys that doesn't complain, so it was probably a little bit of my own fault for not complaining and saying I felt poorly. However, it defibbed me, my heart started, and I came back to life. I know a recent footballer, who I won't name, had the same thing. Everyone made a big deal of it, and there are other people out there as well, like me. We don't make a big deal out of it. So, giving blood. They put quite a few litres of blood into me to save my life, and along with my transplant. During my transplant, which was about 14 hours for the organs I had many units of blood pumped into me, and that's what saved my life. So if this is the right way round, I shall do it one more time to make sure it is the right way round. Give blood. I apologise in my video if it's the wrong way around. I can't see on my camera very well here. It's really important that you do give blood. The blood given to me saved my life. If I wasn't here now, I wouldn't have my children. Giving blood just doesn't save lives, it creates lives. My children wouldn't be here now. As you can see in my video, I went to a place called Tower Park, and I was looking around the bowling alley. The video wing wasn't very good, but the general gist of it was, as I was walking back, was it wasn't suitable for my child. Your child may cope with autism, but my child couldn't. It was so loud. I asked the chap at the bar, I said, do you have quiet evenings? And he said, no, but we do have bumpers on our lanes. This is what the VWD challenge is all about. When I go to Disney, I will be asking questions about autistic children. I'll be asking about wheelchair access. I will be asking about how we get to rides. I will be going into the DAS passes real time. So I apologise for the video tonight. Next week's will be better. It's about the equipment that I'm using for the challenge. So I do apologise for this week. I understand if people don't want to watch this week, it's a little bit boring in all fairness, but the story is, please, if you can, like I said, if you can read that, and it is the right way round for you. It says give blood. It's colourful, you shouldn't be afraid, and it saves lives. Really important thing to do. I'm not expecting that many to follow this week because I'm not going to post it on my Facebook this week. I want to see how many people follow without posting it on Facebook. I've had a lot of people the last couple of weeks say, oh, I was really busy this weekend, I didn't get a chance to watch. My vlogs are no longer than 7 or 8 minutes long. I try to keep them really short. If you know someone you want to give blood, please give blood. It's really, really important thing to do, and it does save lives. The bowling alley, you can make an improvement, maybe turn the music down a little bit for autistic children. It's so loud you can't concentrate. The lights, it's a learning lesson. I'll see you guys next week. I'm going to go through the kit that I'm using for the challenge, and I've got some more badges coming as well to represent different things. But at least now when I am going around Disney and you see the Give Blood sign on my bag, you know that saved my life. And that's, like I said, that's what the bag's about. Every badge on my bag represents something that I've either been through or I know or I can talk about, and that's why it's so important that you guys get behind me. If 50 viewers walked into that bowling alley tonight, they're just going to laugh at me. If 1,000 people walked into that, they'd stand up and pay attention. If 20,000 people walked into that bowling alley tonight, they'd say, oh, maybe we need to turn the music down, or maybe we need to have a night where children with disabilities, hidden disabilities, can come in, and maybe we'll make it a bit quieter for them. That's what the challenge is about. It's about raising awareness. So please follow, subscribe, do what you have to do, just view it and spread the word to your friends to watch. I'll be with you next Sunday night. I'm going to go downstairs and edit my photos, my videos. Now this is real time, I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to edit my videos now, put them all together. Once again, sorry, they're not very good, but next week they will be better, I promise. And I shall speak to you guys next Sunday night.